Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Learning Station. The tongue twister that I'm going to share in the video today is the one I've been trying to master since my childhood. Let's see if I can do it today. The tongue twister is: she sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, she sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells. Oh my god. I still can't do it. So we better start reading. He talks to them as he takes them round. They all stop to look at the fruit trees. So Mr. White takes them round his garden and they talk about different things, and children stop to look at the fruit trees. We have had a lot of fruit this year, Mr. White says. We have picked some, but there's a lot to pick, as you can see. Do you like to pick fruit, Peter and Jane? Yes, we do, says Peter. I would be glad if you could pick some of this, says Mr. White. The last time I went away, the fruit was left on the trees. You may eat as much as you like and take some home with you. Thank you, says Peter. We could make some jam with it. We all like jam. Yes, we know how to make jam, says Jane. So Mr. White tells them that he wants them to pick fruit from his garden when he's away. They go on round the garden and come to a very big rabbit run. The children look for the rabbits. There aren't many here, says Jane. I can see three, only three. I can see the heads of two more. Look over there, says Peter. So they go around the garden and come to a rabbit run. And the children look at few of the rabbits present over there. Some of them hide when people come to see them, says Mr. White. If you came at night, you could see a lot of them. It's a good place to keep rabbits, says Peter. They have room to run about. Yes, there's plenty of room, says Mr. White. But three of them got out last week. Did any get lost? Did you get them back? Asks Peter. No, they weren't lost, says Mr. White. But it was like a game of hide and seek to get them back. I did get them in the end, but I got wet in the rain. The children want to make friends with the rabbits and they bring them something to eat. So Mr. White tells about the behavior of the rabbits, that sometimes they hide themselves, sometimes they run away, and the children enjoy looking at them. Many fish are in the water. Peter and Jane can see a lot of them as they swim about. Peter puts his hand into the water and one of the fish swims up to it. Look, Jane, says Peter. I think this big red and black fish wants something to eat. Don't fall in, says Mother to Peter. He did fall in some water once. Jane tells Mr. White, we had to pull him out. His clothes got very wet. Never again, says Peter. I'm not going to fall in again. I'm glad to hear that, says his mother. We have no other clothes with us. Now they have come to see the fish, and Peter tries to play with the fish in the water, and mother tells him to be careful. I'd like to watch these fish for a long time, says Jane. I think they're beautiful. There's a book about fish at school, says Peter. I had a look at it last week. There were pictures in it of fish just like these. You can learn a lot from books, says Mr. White. I have many books about fish, flowers, rabbits, birds, and gardens. As you can see in the picture, here Peter is playing with the fish, and father, mother, and Mr. White are looking at children enjoying with fishes, and they discuss that Mr. White has many books about fish, flowers, rabbits, etc. Here are my birds, says Mr. White. You have a lot of lovely birds, says Mother. I think there's nothing more beautiful than a bird. I like to hear a bird sing first thing in the morning as I get up, says Father. It makes me happy. When I hear a bird sing, it makes me want to sing too, says Jane. They can see that Mr. White loves his birds. He gives them some water to drink. The birds know him and some of them come to him. One bird is on his hand and another is on his head. So they have come to the cages where Mr. White has kept his birds. Mother says that she enjoys the birds singing, and father says that he enjoys it too. And they can see that Mr. White is enjoying with his birds and he loves them very much as shown in the picture. I don't want to go away from them, he says. I think about my little friends when I'm away. I'm glad to know you'll look after them well for me. We'll give them plenty to eat and drink, says Peter. We'd have that cup of tea now, says Mr. White. You can all come along with me up to the house. So Mr. White tells them that I'm happy that you will look after all my little friends when I won't be here. And Peter says that we'll give them plenty to eat and drink. And Mr. White invites them for the tea then.